We're going to talk first quarterbacks. We're going to talk about Taylor Heinicke. Taylor Heinicke, it doesn't happen often that a quarterback comes in as a backup and actually is doing pretty well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Taylor Heinicke right here. This is more like streaming quarterbacks. Usually when we talk about quarterbacks, if this is your first time checking out the podcast, we'll go over like streaming quarterbacks unless it's like a top tier kind of guy. And then we'll say, hey, use a waiver claim or spend some fab on him. Also, if this is your first time checking it out, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe as well, because we got a lot of content like this coming out each and every week trying to help you guys
I think
win
we released
fantasy league.
20 videos, 18 videos last week.
Yeah.
So
and we finally broke 1,000 too. So
yeah. Hey, sick. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I think we've gone up like 400 something subscribers this past like couple weeks. So it's fucking awesome. Appreciate you guys, everybody.
For sure, yeah. Much love and appreciation. But yeah, if you're trying to stream a quarterback or if you're in a super flex league and you're looking for a second quarterback, I'm not mad at grabbing a guy like Taylor Heinicke. They're going to be home against the Kansas City Chiefs this week, and I don't know what it is with this Washington football team's defense. I mean, you were expecting on paper that for them to be a top-tier defense, but I saw a stat. I think Matthew Berry tweeted it since he's a Washington football team fan, and it was like 7 or 8 different defensive like statistics or categories, and Washington ranked like bottom 3 in like every single category. Like they're playing terrible. So the Chiefs coming off a home loss to the Bills. I'm expecting them to come back with a vengeance and kind of just smack the Washington football team here. But it'll be a positive game script for a guy like Heinicke if you wanted to stream him, being able to pass and catch up. The Kansas City Chiefs defense is not good at all. They have faced some good quarterbacks the last couple games, but they've allowed 28 or more points to the quarterbacks. Like I said, they faced against like Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. I think it was like Herbert. So, I mean, you got some top-tier guys there, but their pass defense not very good. It's vulnerable, and they can get it done. And for what it's worth, prior to last week, Heinicke in the 3 games prior to that, he's had 20 or more points in 3 of the 4 games that he's started this year. And, and we see it on the highlights here if you're watching on the YouTube channel. A guy who's not afraid to, kind of get it down on the ground as well. So a little bit of rushing upside as well.
It's almost like the new norm. If you're not, I mean, you see Ben Roethlisberger struggling because he's not able to rush. So,
I mean, he doesn't look bad for what it's worth, Heinicke, and it kind of, I don't want to say worries me, but, I was pretty hyped on Fitzmagic this year, with this offense, McLaurin, Curtis Samuel. Obviously, he's been banged up, but, in preseason or draft season, and then you got Logan Thomas, Antonio Gibson, McKissick out of the backfield. I was pretty hyped to see what Fitzmagic could do in this offense, and I don't know, Heinicke, to me, hasn't done anything to be where, like, hey, dude, Fitzpatrick comes back of like a 38, 40-year-old quarterback, whatever, I don't know how old he is, like where they're just like, all right, dude, get back on the bench. I mean, to me, Heinicke's kind of earning himself that starting role, and Fitzmagic might be the guy who, when he comes back, he's the backup, So, I mean, good for Heinicke. He's coming out and he's doing his thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, we were getting a little bit scared when Fitzpatrick went down, what was going to happen with Terry McLaurin, things like that. So,
yeah,
looks good. So let's go on to the next quarterback. We got Teddy Bridgewater coming back. Teddy Bridgewater was doing pretty good for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough matchup last week. He comes back after leaving week 4 with the concussion against the Ravens. It's a tough game on the road against the Steelers, but he still puts up 19 points. They went to overtime or no?
No.
This guy, I thought it went to overtime. It was what it was is he threw a pick on 4th down, which would have went to overtime, I think, if they scored. But
yeah, they were driving and then
Yeah, I mean, I like Teddy Bridgewater, especially if you're in a 2-quarterback league. I'm going to get him. I mean, the matchup this week, they're going to be at home against the Raiders, so maybe not the best in terms of streaming, but like I said, this is more of like a double quarterback league here, or maybe you have Russell Wilson and there's just no quarterbacks on the waiver wire, and you're thinking, Russell Wilson's going to be out for a couple weeks with the torn ligament in his finger. And like I said, you got a couple buys here. Maybe you had Matt Ryan. Maybe you had Trey Lance. If you're looking for a quarterback, I'm not mad at taking a guy like Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, the guy's not the most electric guy. He's never going to really light it up, but he's just like hyper efficient. I mean, the guy's super accurate. He gets it done. And Sutton, Tim Patrick, these are reliable guys. Obviously, it hurts losing guys like KJ Hamler, who's kind of an explosive playmaker, and then Jerry Jeudy. But like I said, if Jerry Jeudy comes back in the next couple weeks, if Russell Wilson was to miss more time than expected, I'm not mad at grabbing a guy like Teddy Bridgewater and just holding him on my team.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Like, I'm in a 2-quarterback league, and I had Tua, I had Fitzpatrick. They both go down. I waited on quarterbacks. I was just stacking up on skill players. It's a double flex or super flex league. So, yeah, I was struggling for a quarterback. But I kept telling myself, someone's going to drop a quarterback. I know it. Just be patient. And what do you know? Somebody drops Teddy Bridgewater. So, for me, like, I'm in desperate, dire need of a quarterback. So, I swooped him up. I think I had, like, the top waiver claim. Like I said, it's a 2-quarterback league. So, I used my top claim to get him. Threw him in my lineup last week, 19 points. Pretty happy with it compared to starting guys like Zach Wilson, which I was doing before that. So, yeah, not mad at Teddy Bridgewater.
Let's go on to the next one here. I know this sounds yucky, but we got Geno Smith comes in and actually does pretty well. Throws 131 yards, and I think that was it the third or fourth quarter he came in against the Rams. When we had the double finger breaks, Matt Stafford and Russell Wilson. I don't know. This is extremely like double quarterback if you're really, really in a pinch. I mean, in my dynasty league, there's only a couple. I have it's a 1-quarterback league, but I have Matt Ryan and Jameis Winston. So I'm in a situation where I need to go pick up a guy, and I might be looking at Geno Smith. I know it sounds wild, but yeah, this is gross, real yucky. But if you're in a spot like I am, I'm not mad at it for maybe like a week.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy because you see Geno Smith come into the game, and you're like, man, this guy's still in the league. And, as bad as, Geno Smith has been, and maybe it's just the Jets and in the past, but, I mean, for him to still be in the league for, I don't even know, it's got to be at least going on 7, 8, 10 years or something like that. He's been in the league. I mean, the guy's still obviously a capable NFL caliber type quarterback. And when you have guys like Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf to throw the ball to, it only makes his job easier. And he's a mobile quarterback. He can get it done on the ground if he needs to. He's not one of these pocket passers in a sense where say he can get on the run and bootlegs and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, he's kind of one of those. To me at least, he's one of those in case of emergency, break the glass kind of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's go on to the next quarterback. You wanted to touch on Tua Tagovailoa. I think you made sure you got a Dolphins player on everything we talk about for Waiver Wire. Just kidding, but kind of.
Yeah, I'm the residential Miami Dolphin fan here. So, I'm obviously not picking up Tua and starting him, but I just wanted to mention him in this, for the Waiver Wire. You're not spending a fab. You're not putting a claim in for him, but he should be coming back this week. He was throwing, because he was dealing with the broken ribs. He's out for a couple games. So, yeah, I'm just curious to see what Tua can do in this offense. Obviously, it sucks Will Fuller's out, too, with a broken finger, so he's going to be out for a couple games. But, just as a Dolphins fan, maybe in general, not even fantasy football, I'm just really, looking forward to seeing what he could do when we have Parker, Waddle, Gesicki, and Will Fuller all on the field. What he can get done in this offense. And we obviously saw how Myles Gaskin is just light years ahead in terms of being a better running back than Malcolm Brown and Savon Ahmed. And it's not even close. So that's just, another guy, Myles Gaskin, a guy who, maybe Miami doesn't have the best rushing offense, but when you do these little dink and dunks to guys like Myles Gaskin, it's like an extension of the run in a sense. So just something to monitor, keep an eye on Tua.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's all right. Tua is good. I mean, we just touched on Geno Smith. So if you're going to grab Geno Smith, maybe see if Tua is available. What'd you say? You said you liked that video, and it was really informative, and now you want to subscribe so you can win your fantasy football league? Okay, go ahead. You wish that we would live stream and answer fantasy football questions every Sunday before the games? Okay, they sure do. AVG Fantasy Football has your back. Did you get what I did there? It was a little Dora the Explorer, a little back and forth. We weren't actually talking, but you thought maybe you did. Yeah, you thought. Yeah, I convinced you. It's called acting. What else did you say? You said that you want to be able to call in while we do live streams? Hey, should I start McCaffrey? Well, yeah. Here it is. This is an example of what's going to happen. Hello. Yes, I'm curious. Should I start Dalvin Cook? Then this is us. Yeah, obviously you should play Dalvin Cook because Dalvin Cook's like really good. So I'd say, I mean, it is matchup proof. So put him in your lineup. It's that damn easy. And then bam, you won your fantasy football league that week. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more videos just like this. If you want to see us answer questions live every Sunday before the games start, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you know right when we drop content for you to win your fantasy football league.